A pool is one of the most expensive single things you'll ever put in a luxury home anywhere. They run from $80,000 to over $300,000. And in the showroom, well, they're gonna push straight towards features that look incredible on the sales floor and fall apart in your backyard. Most of them won't show you the regret until a year or 3 or 5 down the road. And fixing them could mean tearing it out and starting over. Whoa! I built and maintained pools across high-end projects down here in Naples, Florida, and I watched the same handful of features get ripped out over and over. So these are 5 pool features you'll regret in 5 years. In fact, these are the 5 I flat out refuse to put in my own projects, no matter what the homeowner asks for. No, I'm kidding, because if they ask for it and they're paying me, I'll do it. Let's jump into it, like we jump into a pool. Splash! Feature number 1, Pebble Tech or any other aggregate pool finishes. This has been the most heavily marketed luxury pool finish for the last 15 years. Plaster mixed with little exposed pebbles, sold to you as a 10 to 20 year finish with a natural look and a premium feel underfoot. Here's what actually happens. In a chlorinated pool, it starts fading unevenly within 3 to 5 years. And every time it gets cleaned, the abrasion wears the pebbles down and exposes the cement underneath. Any iron or leaf staining that gets into it can be permanent. And there's no pool chemistry on earth that brings it back. And that premium feel underfoot, well, it doesn't last that long either. Once those pebbles wear down, it goes from interesting to flat out abrasive on your feet. So instead of that 15 to 20 years you were promised, you're replastering every 7 to 10 at a price of $8,000 to $15,000 a pop. Now, if you want a finish that actually lasts, go with a classic white plaster. It can be called Marcite, or for a low maintenance modern look, go with a glass bead finish like Beadcrete or Diamond Bright. Feature number 2, a salt chlorination system on a concrete or gunite pool. And before the salt people come at me for this one in the comments, hear me out, because the salt system itself is fine. The problem is sometimes what you pair it with. A salt system makes its own chlorine from dissolved salt in the water. So you're not handling chemicals and it's gentler on your skin, and that's true. But salt is also brutal on everything around a concrete pool. It corrodes your coping, it can eat at your travertine and your limestone decks. It rusts out metal ladders, light housings, and screen enclosure frames, and goes after the stainless in any outdoor kitchen that could be nearby. The salt cell itself, well, they can fail after about 5 to 7 years, and they run between $700 and $2,000 to replace. And over time, the salt water works its way into the concrete shell, which causes spalling and in the worst cases corrodes the rebar inside. Now, down here in Florida, where the soil is already salty, you're just compounding the damage. Add it all up, and you're looking at $10,000 to $30,000 in deck, coping, and equipment repairs over a 10-year period. Salt systems are great on fiberglass or vinyl lined pools where salt never touches concrete. On a concrete pool, it's an active material conflict. Feature number 3, the infinity edge or vanishing edge. One or more walls of a pool finish right at the water level so the water spills over continuously into a catch basin below. It's marketed as the absolute top of the line resort look pool that merges with the horizon. And it photographs unbelievably well. The trouble is it starts the day you actually own it. For the effect to work, the pool surface has to stay perfectly level, and in Florida, soil in the ground, it can settle. Within a few years, the edge can be out of level, and now the water spills unevenly. The catch basin below is an edge that separates the water reservoir that needs its own waterproofing, and it loves to crack and leak. The whole thing needs a dedicated pump to keep the edge flowing, which roughly doubles your pump electricity. And if that pump isn't sized correctly, the edge flow starts to look weak and patchy. And when the catch basin runs low from evaporation or a leak, the effect just dies. And your show-stopping infinity edge looks like a pool that might be broken. The repair list on these, well, it's rough. A dedicated pump replacement could cost you $2,000 to $5,000. Re-waterproofing, $3,000 to $10,000. And leveling of the pool structure, well, that could cost you anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000. Now, it looks incredible in realtor photos, and it's regretted, well, the second year of actually living with it. Real quick. If you're building or redoing a pool, my Renovation Playbook covers the outdoor specs too, the finishes, the decking, the equipment that actually survives where you live. The link's in my description, and that's it. Let's jump into feature number 4. Feature 4 is the travertine pool deck. Tumbled travertine pavers around the pool and patio, sold as a luxury Italian stone, naturally cool underfoot, slip resistant when wet. Here's the catch with all of it. Travertine has iron in it, And that iron reacts with your pool chemistry and leaves rust-colored stains that do not come out. Leaves, mulch, and any organic debris will stain that porous surface permanently within a single season. And the slip-resistant claim is only true for tumbled travertine. Most production homes get honed travertine, which is slick the second it's wet. To even slow the staining down, you have to reseal the whole deck every 12 months, and that could run you $1 to $3 a square foot, and over the years, the salt and chlorine pit the surface away. Replacing a typical pool deck could be, well, anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000. Do yourself a favor. Use large format porcelain pavers instead. They look like stone from 6 feet away, with none of the staining, or go with a proper sealed concrete, or shellstone, which is a Florida native and far less reactive. And feature number 5, an outdoor kitchen built within 8 feet of a pool, the full setup, grill, fridge, sink, cabinetry built right into the pool deck next to the water, sold as an entertainment hub, the indoor-outdoor dream. And it's a slow motion disaster for both the kitchen and the pool. The pool chemistry, the chlorine, the salt, it attacks the stainless appliances, oxidizes the hinges, and kills the coils in a built-in refrigerator. The splash zone wrecks the countertops, especially with natural stone, and it runs the other way too. The food prep, the grease, the cleaning chemicals, it all ends up in the pool or by the pool's edge. That outdoor fridge that should have given you 5 years, well, sitting close to the water, you're lucky to get 2 or 3. And ripping out a full outdoor kitchen could cost you anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000. The fix, well, is simple. Give it some room. Keep like 12 to 15 feet from the pool's edge, ideally with some sort of structure between a wall, a planter, a step down, a deck, maybe even underneath a structure. Down here, the humidity and the salt air are already shortening the life of everything that you put in an outdoor kitchen. Putting it next to the pool, you're just speeding up that process. So here's what I actually build for the finish. White plaster or glass bead finish for longevity, and save the aggregates for a pool you don't mind replastering often. For sanitation, a traditional chlorine system on a concrete pool, and only run salt if you've got fiberglass or vinyl. For the edge, standard waterline coping with a proper tile band, and leave the infinity edge to the spec masons in the resorts that have a full-time crew to babysit it. For decking, large format porcelain pavers, which honestly are impossible to tell from real stone at a distance, and proper concrete with a quality sealer. And put your outdoor kitchen at least 12 feet from the water and separate possibly with a structural element. Get those 5 right and your pool still looks like $1 million in 10 years, instead of running into a long list of repairs. So there are the 5 I won't touch on my own projects: the Pebble Tech, the salt in the pool, the infinity edge, the travertine deck, the outdoor kitchen jammed up next to the swimming pool. Now my money is on the infinity edge or the salt pool. I'm going to see you guys in the comments. Everybody wants to be right and everybody wants to tell me how I'm wrong. And I'm okay with that. That's what this channel is for. It's here for entertainment, it's here for design, and it's here to help any of you that might be doing a project. Don't forget to click that link in the description if you want that free renovation playbook. And as always, thank you for watching. Built by Becker.